Yeah, so let's take a quick look at a couple of those funny books. This little boy is out playing in the sand one day and he's digging up sand, and the pirates come by because they need someone to dig up to bury their treasure. So they pick him up and take him on board. Well, it is a good time. He doesn't have to say please. He doesn't say thank you. He can reach across the table. He can shout. He can have lots of fun. He even gets to have a pillow fight before bed. But the catch is, he likes to be tucked in by his mommy, and pirates don't tuck. Not only that, they won't read him a book to go to bed with. He decides maybe this pirate life is not for me. He says, I'm leaving, I want to go back home. But he says, well, I said I'd help you bury the treasure. I'll show you a great place to bury the treasure. Where did they bury it? In his backyard. That's right. Oh, pirate stuff. I know you like pirate stuff, don't you? Everybody thinks pirates are fascinating. Yeah, well, there's some good, silly pirate stories, and then there's some real stuff. Here is a pirate sword. I'll make it for you really quick. And of course, like the others, you can get one of these if you like it afterwards. But you got to be careful with these. These are very sharp, so be careful how you use them. I don't want to hear that, somebody was in the hospital because Mr. Sundell made them a sword and they accidentally cut off their sister's arm or something like that. You know what? I wouldn't believe it. I just wouldn't believe that. Somehow I know that these swords are not going to do that, but they are fun. They are fun. And there it is. There's a pirate sword for you. Real quickly. Here's my favorite one, though. Edward and the Pirates. Not quite as funny, but kind of funny in a quiet way. You see, Edward loved to read. And when he would read, he would feel like he was right in the story. That's one of the great things about reading. While he'd read about Joan of Arc, that he was defending her. He'd read that he was sliding down the rope to help out Robin Hood. Yeah. And one day he was over at the library and there were some men watching him. He didn't see them. What kind of men were they? Pirates. They were pirates, exactly. And that night they showed up in his bedroom. And you know what they wanted? They wanted his book. He had a book about buried treasure. They said, come on, give us your book. He said, He said, I checked that out of the library with my library card. You want that book, go to the library and check it out yourself. Well, they said, listen, we'll give you some buried treasure if you let us have that book. Nothing doing. They said, listen here, you're going to have to walk the plank if you don't give us that book. Pirate captain pulled out his sword. He said, you better watch it, you're going to wake my mommy. Sure enough, in comes his mom, looking a lot like Joan of Arc, and pins those pirates right against the wall. Ooh, that little boy felt sorry for him. He says, Mom, he said, I don't think it really meant anything. He said, they just want this book. Here, I'll tell you what. He says, okay, I'll let you borrow it for a little bit if you bring it back to me. Well, he hands it over to the pirate captain. The pirate captain takes that book and he kind of turns to the rest of the pirates and they kind of get in a huddle and they talk for a minute. And then the pirate turns around and he hands that book back to Edward. They can't read, he says. They can't read. So, Edward, being a nice guy, he reads the book to him. His parents say, now don't stay up too late. Make sure you don't stay up too late. I guess she's not scared of those pirates. They're just storybook pirates anyway. They won't do much harm. And that's the story of Edward and the Pirates. What do you think? I like it too. It's one of my favorite books. But now, of course, you older kids, and maybe some of you younger ones, know that real pirates weren't quite as nice as the pirates in those books. They attacked a lot of ships, and they stole stuff, and when And they didn't give it to him real quick. They'd kill him and take it. One of the fiercest, maybe the fiercest, was Blackbeard. He was called Black because of that beard. And if you look close, you'll see this smoke coming out of his head. What he used to do to look scary was he put some slow-burning fuses into his beard. This is a true story. And when he would be attacking, people would see this crazy guy with smoke coming out of his head. And the idea was they'd surrender quicker, right? And they often did. He finally got killed when Lieutenant Robert Maynard went after him. Maynard would have been dead except for the other men. See, Blackbeard drew his sword, and Maynard drew their sword, and Blackbeard was so powerful when he came down with that sword, he just split Lieutenant Maynard's sword in two. He had nothing but a stubble. And he's about to kill him when several men came up behind him and stove their swords through his back. It took about 20 bad sword cuts and 5 bullets to kill Blackbeard. He finally died. They cut his head off and hung it up to warn other people about being pirates. They threw his body overboard, and the legend says that he was so mean his body swam around that ship 3 times before it sunk.